Namaste, children. Let's continue the chapter circulatory system. So, in our earlier class, in this circulatory system, at first we came to know the need of circulatory system in the multicellular, well-developed organisms. So, now this circulatory system, the main important components that are present in the circulatory system. And even in our last class, we came to know blood as the fluid connective tissue, which is connecting all the body parts and circulating important nutrients, water, gases, collecting waste material, everything. Such a blood the main components of the blood, that is the fluid part of the blood, we came to know as a plasma, which contains all the blood proteins in it. When it comes to the cellular part of the blood, there are three different types of cells that are present in the blood. The first one is RBC, second one is WBC, and then platelets. Each and every blood cell, it's having its own work. That is, RBC is containing respiratory pigments like hemoglobin, which helps in the transport of gases. The second one, your WBC, it's having n variety of cells in it, which all together meant for to fighting with pathogens that are entering into our body and causing diseases. And now the third one, that is platelets, which are truly helpful for the clotting of blood at the injured area. So now one more thing in the circulatory system, if you will observe, this fluid connective tissue, it is traveling in a tube-like structures. So now those tube-like structures where the blood it is traveling, we are saying it as a blood vessels. So today in our class, we are going to learn about what are blood vessels, what is the need of blood vessels, and what are the different varieties of blood vessels that are seen in our body. Okay, children, let's continue our class. So, generally, in the normal organisms, under primitive, even though multicellular, but the primitive, well developed multicellular organisms, as their body size is small, they the blood it travels within the body cavity without having any blood vessels. Such type of circulatory system, we are calling it as a open we are calling it as a open circulatory system. So in this open circulatory system, that particular organism, it don't have any blood vessels. The blood is truly traveling within the body cavity. But as the living organisms are getting developed, yes, okay, so now as there are a lot of changes that are taking place in them, now all the living organisms became a well organized multicellular organisms. So due to this body organization, living organisms also started forming a different muscular tube-like structures that are meant for the transport of blood. Such type of circulatory system where the blood vessels are present, that we are calling it as a closed circulatory system. So in an open circulatory system, the blood directly flows in the body cavity and water ups all the functioning cells, baths all the functioning cells. Whereas in the closed circulatory system, blood is enclosed within small tube-like structures and it travels to these tube-like structures and supplies all the nutrients and collect waste materials from every cell. Okay, so like how many such different types of blood vessels that are there? There are three different varieties of blood vessels that we will see generally in our body, in our circulatory system. The first one is artery, the second one is veins, and the third one is the thinnest blood vessels, that is your blood capillaries. These are the three different types of blood vessels that we will generally observe in the circulatory system of ours. So what are these blood vessels, how that are getting varied? So here if you will see in this picture, you're able to see only the artery. Arteries means those blood vessels which are always and always collecting a oxygenated blood. They're always pumping the oxygenated blood from heart to cells. Arteries are the blood vessels which are always collecting and pumping the oxygenated blood from heart to body cells. As it is oxygenated blood, the arteries always appear red in color because they don't have any impurities in it. So always the arteries, they are red in color. And one more thing here you should notice is all the arteries that are present in our body, they are deeply sheeted. They are deeply sheeted. They are not present below the skin. They are present interiorly inside the body. A deep sheeted blood vessels that are called your arteries, which are always pumping the blood from heart to body cells, that to a pure oxygenated blood. Okay, children. So now here in these arteries, if you will see how that arteries are. So arteries, they are pumping the blood from heart to body cells. So when they are pumping this blood from heart to body cells, a lot of blood pressure is acting on their walls. So to sustain with that high blood pressure, now these arteries, they are having a very thicker muscular wall, so that they can withstand easily with the higher pressure that is exerted on them. And even these arteries, if you will see the lumen size, lumen means the space through which now the blood is moving. The lumen size in these arteries, it is very small comparatively to the veins, as they have to pump the blood from heart to all the body parts. So the deep sheeted blood vessels that are present in our body, which are carrying always in oxygenated blood from heart to all body cells, it is called your artery. Now the another type of blood vessels that in general we will notice, that are your veins. Veins are the blood vessels which always appear in this blue color, as they are carrying an impure or deoxygenated blood with them. So as a resultant, now these veins, they are appearing in blue color. And one more thing here, if you will see, your veins are the subcutaneous blood vessels. What is the thing I am saying? These are the subcutaneous blood vessels. They are present below the skin. That's what sometimes on your skin you will see some blood vessels with a blue color, that are nothing but your veins. So the subcutaneous blood vessels, we are calling them as a veins, which are always and always carrying a deoxygenated blood from body cells to heart. And from there, now the heart, it is pumping this blood to the lungs for purification process. A subcutaneous blood vessels which are always carrying a deoxygenated blood from body cells to the heart, it's called your veins. So here I am using the word continuously, deoxygenated blood. So this word deoxygenated, it is indicating to us that these veins, they will carry an impurified blood which is rich with your carbon dioxide, due to which now these veins, they are blue in color. So now generally, if you will observe the characteristics of veins, so these veins are the blood vessels. They are present in the peripheral, means outer organs of the heart, which are always pumping the blood from the body cells to the heart and from there to the lungs for purification process. So when they are collecting blood from body parts to heart, a less blood pressure it is acted on their wall. That's what your veins, they are made with thin balls comparatively to the arteries. And one more thing here in these veins, if you will observe, veins are the blood vessels who are having a valve like structure in them. In fact, these valve-like structures that are seen only in case of veins but that are absent in both arteries and capillaries. Why? Because as the veins they are carrying blood from body parts to heart, there is a chance that there will be a reverse flow of blood. So to prevent the backward movement of the blood, now these valve-like structures that are present in the veins but that are absent in the arteries because they are not collecting the blood, they're just pumping the purified oxygenated blood. Okay, children. And here the lumen size means the space, if you will observe, it's having more, a big lumen that is noticed in your veins. Okay, now the third type of blood vessels that we will see, that is your blood capillaries. What we are calling it? We are calling it as a blood capillaries. So blood capillaries means those blood vessels which are thinnest blood vessels, and these capillaries always they will frame a network on the tissue, and now the nutrients that are absorbed from the capillaries to the cells, and the capillaries are collecting the waste from the cells. Such a thinnest blood vessels which are present only on the tissue level, meant for supplying nutrients and collecting waste from the tissues. Okay, children. So in our today's class, we learned about different types of blood vessels and their functioning. So now, whenever these blood vessels they are pumping the blood, you can able to identify it in a form of pulse rate. So when the blood flows through the arteries at a high pressure, yes, that its heart is throwing the blood into the arteries at a very high pressure. So now due to that pressure, we always notice some thrombing movements in our body. Those thrombing movements we are calling as a pulse. Those thrombing movements, what you are calling, we are calling it as a pulse. So the number of a person, the number of pulse rate in a healthy human being, it is always 27 times to 80 times. So how we are going to identify the pulse rate? Like this, that is shown in the picture. Exactly below the wrist, you just press genitally. So when you press genitally below the waist region, you will always, so if you will press genitally in this wrist region below the thumb, you will always and always identify some thrombing movements, up down movements there. So those thrombing movements in the uh, blood vessels due to the blood pressure, it's called your pulse rate. And this pulse rate, it varies from the age group. Infants, as they are in a continuous rapid development, the pulse rate is high in them. Whereas when it comes to adults, we are not developing rapidly now. So the pulse rate falls down. So according to the age group, there you will be a variation in the pulse rate of these persons. Okay, children, in our today's class, we came to know what are blood vessels and the types of blood vessels and the work that is done by the blood vessels. Okay, children, thank you so much.